Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, May 11th, 32nd day of the Omer. We have a lot to choose from today, day 32, but I'm going to go with an oldie but goodie, Sandy Koufax. If you've ever read really about his career, just absolutely remarkable. If I recall, there was a great book by Jane Levy, Leavy, who wrote about Sandy Koufax. Really a fantastic book if you're looking for a good read during this period. And of course, there's the legend of the Yom Kippur stuff. But if you're a baseball fan, you will absolutely love that book. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, and I hope the moms out there had an enjoyable Mother's Day. Luckily, we had some nice weather yesterday. Today, well, not so much. But what are you going to do? As today is the 32nd day of the Omer, we're getting close to Lag BaOmer, which means that we can get haircuts. Good one. If we were able to get a haircut, we could get a haircut, but we're not quite there yet. Let's please continue to daven for a refuah shalema for Ivan Sol, Mordechai ben Elka, Rafal Zev ben Rickel, and for Gittel Bas Sarah, and for all those who need our prayers and healing at this time. Today, the sponsor for our daily video and Dvar Torah, Shari Beth and Jeff Suskin, observing a number of yard sites. I'm just going to share those names with you. For Jeff's grandmother, Pearl Jacobs, Pearl Bas Shlomo, Uncle Bert Roberts, Beryl Ben Yaakov, Uncle Ted Jacobs, Michal Ben David, and for Jeff's grandmother, Lillian Suskin, Leah Bas Chaim. May their neshamas have an aliyah, and especially in the merit of our sharing Torah today, especially in this format. Again, if anyone would like to sponsor a day of learning, our Dvar Torah video, please let me know, and we'll find an appropriate slot for you. As this week, thank God, everything's already filling up. We have a number of slots that have been taken. People really taking to it, but it's a way that you can support your shul during this time, and we can commemorate your loved ones, or we could celebrate simchas, or whatever it might be. We don't need much of a reason, but certainly please let me know. So today, the Dvar Torah, we begin the fourth chapter of Perek Avos, Perek Dalet. I'm going to start with the very first Mishnah, a very, very well-known Mishnah, and I think something that we can certainly apply to our times. Ben Zoma Omer, Izehu Chacham, Halomei Mikol Adam. Who is wise? Ben Zoma says, whoever learns from every person. And he quotes, and each one he'll say, who is this? That's who it is, and we'll quote it, we'll prove it from a verse. Shenamar Mikom Alamdai Hiskalti. Because he quotes the Pasuk in Tehillim, the verse in Psalms, from all my teachers I grew wise. Izehu Gibor, who is a brave one, who's strong. Hakovesh Yitzro, he who can conquer his evil inclination. He can overcome his Yetzer Hara. Shenemar Tov Erech Apayim Migibor, because the pasuk says in Mishlei, better a strong man and a master of his pastures is better than a conqueror of a city. Ezehu Ashir, who is a wealthy person, who is a rich man. Hasamech Bechalko, he who is happy with his lot. Shneamar Yegiach Hapecha Ki Sochel Ashrecha V'Tovlach, from Tehillim Kuf Kaf Ches, Psalm 128. My wife's favorite psalm. He was happy with his lot because when you eat the labor of your hands, you are praiseworthy, and all is well with you. You are praiseworthy. Ashrecha be'olam hazeh v'tovlach la'olam haba. Praiseworthy are you in this world, and all is well with you in the world to come. And ezehu mechubad, who is honored, hamechabed es habrios, he who honors others. And the verse says, Ki mechabdai achabed uvozai yikalu. The pasuk in Shmuel Aleph in the prophet Samuel says, those who dishonor me will be dishonored by me. A lot that's said here. Wisdom, strength, wealth, honor. Very, very heavy words. I'll share with you a story that Rabbi Wein shares in his commentary. The story is told that at a gathering of Hasidic masters, each of the participant related tales of erudition and miracle working of their respective fathers. It was known that in Hasidic circles, especially Hasidic Rebbes, that they were able to perform what's called a mofes, some sort of wonder, some supernatural occurrence that held their believers. So the Ostrovsky Rebbe came from a much more humble background, his father having been a simple baker. When his turn came to speak, the other Rebbes were prepared to excuse him from speaking, sensing that there could be nothing of value to be learned from a baker. By the way, just parenthetically speaking, if a person comes from humble background, that doesn't mean there isn't something to learn. The very first Rashi in Chumash, and it says, Amar Rabbi Yitzchak. The first saying in Rashi is Rashi quotes of Rabbi Yitzchak. And there are those that believe, there are some that surmise that Rashi was actually quoting his father. His name Rashi was Rabbi Shlomo ben Yitzchak. He was quoting his father to say, like, look, I'm Rashi, but I have something that I could teach from my father. My father was also something to offer. So don't think that he was a nobody because he was a nobody. So here the Ostrovsky, they figured, oh, what does he have to offer? His father was a baker. What can we learn from a baker? But the Ostrovsky Rebbe proudly said, my father taught me a great lesson about the service of God and man. He always said that when you want to bake good bread, you have to make the oven extremely hot with a great flame. And I'm sure all of those of you at home who have been experimenting with different types of bread, we've become really, really good, although my scale doesn't appreciate it, but really, really good with the sourdough bread. And there's like a whole chachma with this, with the starters and the videos and the thing. I don't know what's going on, but all I know is that it's great. And, thank God for elastic in your pants. From him I learned, the Ostrovsky continues, that God always has to be served with a great flame and enormous fervor. He also taught me that fresh black bread is better than a stale challah. Everyone can teach others something of value about life. The wise man pays attention to others and is ready to learn from them no matter who they are. Lessons for life. I think that during this period, if we look at all four of these values that are stated in the Mishna, it certainly has a tremendous amount of meaning for us. Who is chacham? Who is wise? I mean, we're living in a period when we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going to be. I have no idea what the future is going to hold. We could open, not open. And the worst thing you could do is watch the news because, you watch one show, you think you know everything, but nobody knows anything. Halom mikol adam. We have to take the entire situation in. And we have to see and gather and assess and in a smart, wise fashion, learn from even unlikely sources about what the proper path is going forward. After that, we need strength, gibur. What is strength? Hakovesh es yitzra. Is to hold back our inclination. Our inclination might be to say, that's it, I'm done with this. Open everything up. We could do whatever we want, nothing's going to harm me. But you know what? We have to hold back. We have to overcome that yitzra. We have to overcome that inclination and say that, we need wisdom too. That, we have to save lives. And saving lives means not doing what you just think you feel you want to do. Because our wisdom teaches us that we have to have a little bit more seichel, and you can't teach seichel, but you have to have more strength also to overcome that inclination to just kind of do away with everything and let's just go back to the way we were. That can't be. What is wealth? Hasamech bechelko. I think, if anything, we've realized during this period how lucky we are. You don't have to look too far to see those who have experienced loss, who have experienced hardship, which gives us an opportunity to appreciate what we have. And most particularly, if you're blessed with your health, if you're blessed with your family to be with you, that is the greatest riches one could ever have. And we'll look back at this, God willing, in 20 years, in 30 years. And we're going to look back at, you remember those 2-3 months, whatever it was, that we were able to be with our families and to really, really bond. That's wealth. That's samech bechelko. All the other stuff, we'll get back to it. We lost things, we can get it back, God willing. But this time makes us realize how lucky we truly are, and especially if you have your health. And be mindful of that when you have people that are struggling with these issues. And finally, Ezeu mechubad, hamachabedes habrios. Who is honored? If you honor others. How do we honor others now? We honor others now by taking precautions that protects the lives of others. We honor others by respecting boundaries, by understanding that even when we do come back to normal, it's never going to be normal, not in the near term, that's for sure. We're going to have to make certain adjustments, and we're going to have to cooperate, and we're going to have to work together. And by honoring one another, that's how we indeed will become honored. We want to be an example for others of what it means to function as a community in times of need, and also when things are back together, how we're going to honor one another by acting properly. So I hope everyone has a great week. Again, thank you to Shari Beth and Jeff Suskin. May the neshamas of your loved ones have an aliyah, and we look forward to great things happening this week. Have a wonderful day.